Hi guys, Stephanie here, and I wanted to bring you my newest listing in my shop. It should be listed by the time this video goes up, so yeah. I wanted to do a bird box kit. So I have a digital on my shop called Bird Box, and people have been asking if I could do a printout of the digitals in my shop, and I can't. I haven't worked that out as of yet, but I did put together this very large junk journal kit. Now this is a complete junk journal kit, start to finish, of a junk journal right here in this package, for beginners or not. I was kind of toying around with the idea of doing, taking one of these kits for myself and doing a YouTube series featuring this whole entire kit and showing you what I do with it. So if that's something that you think that you'd want to see, let me know down in the comments. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to show you every single thing that you're going to get. It's going to come packaged in this paper with that yarn that you saw. Okay, so that's the first thing. I like to take that paper, it's rather large. I like to take it, I mean it's really large. I like to take it and put it down and use it kind of like a craft mat, and then you can take the papers and cut it up and use it for backing for tags, because it'll be used with all the color that you used or whatever, right? So it'll match your kit or your journal or whatever you're doing. So there's quite a lot to this kit, and what I'm going to start off with is this file folder right here, as this has the digital that's going to be included. So I'm going to put all the rest of this aside and we'll go through that momentarily. Alright, so on the side of the file folder, I did stick some of this tatting because I didn't want this clip to mess up the folder. So you're going to get a length, probably about 6 inches, 5 or 6 inches of this tatting, as well as the clip. You get a file folder that has been coffee dyed, and a little bit of stamping. There's a little feather down here, and it says birds up here. And yeah, so each of the papers is printed on premium bright white 26-pound paper. It's really good paper, really nice, thick, and I mean not thick, but for copy paper, it's thick. It's not just regular crappy, copy paper that you just buy at Walmart. It's good paper. With the exception of 3 of the pages, which I printed on cardstock because they are more of like journaling bits. Anyway, you know what the thing is. Anyway, so here's one of the pages. It's beautiful, giant journaling cards, and I love this kit so much. It's so pretty. You have an envelope. So this is my Bird Box digital kit, and you can find this on my Etsy, but this will be printed out for you on this good paper. So cute. I love these little birdies. And it's got a bit of a grunge to it, and it's blue, and it's got teals, and it's got creams, and some lace stuff going on. It's just so pretty. I really, really, really love this kit so much. Very, very pretty. And there's some plainer papers in here. Not that they're plain at all, but as opposed to the other ones with the decorative stuff. And here we have some lined paper. And again. And then this is on cardstock because these are like index cards, and they're grungy and have lots of bird images. And again, we have some word strips, as well as a playing card, a book plate, a ticket, and this little altered ripped paper. Some tags, some cute tags. And then I just included some of my birdies that I love so much. And like I said, this is a coffee dyed file folder, and this can be used to make a folio or something for your journal, or as the journal itself if you wanted to. In the kit there is some chipboard that I have included, so that was, you know, with the intentions obviously of you using that for your cover or whatever, but obviously you can use this kit however you choose to use it. So if you want to have this be your cover, then so be it. However you want to use it. All right, so there we go. There's the first part. There are some glassine bags with some fun stuff, but we're going to get into those last. So here's the next part of the kit. You're going to get this big manila envelope, and these are great for using as a cover as well. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube how to use these for cover material. But I mean, really, I just like having a folder or something to put all of my project stuff in, so I have it all in one nice spot. So I've included lots and lots and lots of coffee dyed paper and some regular papers, just a big mixture of really cool paper that I thought would go with this kit. And so I wanted to include everything that you would need to make a junk journal. Like, you should be able to take this simple kit and create a whole journal without adding any of your stash. But of course, you can take just parts of this and use it, and use, you know, stuff from your own stuff. It's really just, it's intended for you to get a lot of materials. Some people may not be able to get, you know, coffee dyed. You know, I know people that live in apartments, they don't really like to coffee dye that much. So anyway, it's obviously how you want to use it, but I'm just going to get right into it. So I have these pieces of paper, and these are actually dot grid paper, but they have been coffee dyed, and there's two of those. There's this paper here. Now this is actually from a field notes, birds field note guide. So it's got lots of information on birds and stuff, and it's, you know, it's been coffee dyed, and beautifully, I might add. I just love the coffee dye in here. And they crinkle really nicely, which is fun. So I added two of those papers, and you know, these come from one book, so you're not going to get the exact same paper that's here, but all of the papers do have, you know, a bird on it and the information about birds. It just may not be these birds particularly. Same thing with like the music notes. You know, it's not going to be this music because this is vintage, you know, like it was a 1952, I think it was, hymns. So they're definitely vintage. They've, you know, they've been coffee dyed, and they've had their fun in the tea dye, and they've been dried nicely. So they look nice. They're nice sturdy pages, but like I said, it's not going to be the exact same hymn that you see here, because, you know, they all come from the same book. So just be aware of that. That's all. I got some journal pages here, and they have some nice little messages down here, like Psalms and what is it, Galatians. So nice little words and things, thoughts for the day. It's just a really cute page, and I thought that whoever gets this kit may enjoy that. You also have this pocket letter. It has these scores on here, and if you fold them, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to mess it up, but if you fold them at the score, it turns into a tiny little, almost like a postcard, and you can put a stamp on there and send this out. And so I have both green and blue, so you may get the green one, you may get the blue one, but that's what that is. Another piece of really cool journal paper. It's got, let's see, it's got some stamps up here in the corner, lines, really cool looking. But it's just a really cool, and this is actually really good paper, like it's almost cardstock quality paper. We have some more book pages here. These have been coffee dyed, and these come from a book. I'm not entirely sure of the date, but they're really nice pages. And they have a really cool crinkle to them. Like, they're really thin pages, if that makes sense. But they're sturdy and they're good. I love using this book a lot. And it coffee dyed so beautifully. I love it. Some more music paper. Now, these are very vintage. So I would just be a little aware of that. They may be brittle. They did come out pretty nicely, so there wasn't a lot of ripping or anything like that. So, you know, they may be okay, but I just wanted to let you know that they might be a little on the brittle side because this is truly, truly vintage music paper. I also have a Edith Holden paper. And all of these are going to be a variation, but each of them does have a bird on them. I picked 8 papers out that had a bird or butterfly. I think they all have birds, and I think maybe 2 of them have butterflies. So I tried to go with a bird and butterfly theme in this kit because of the bird box. You know, it just made sense to me. But yeah, so they should all have birds on them, but it is a full spread that hasn't been ripped in the middle. So you can use the whole thing or take it apart, rip it as you wish, whatever. So we have a couple of pieces of like journaling paper here. Nice lined paper. I like this one with the flowers. And then this is blue because, you know, it's a blue kit. So a couple of those. Here we have a recipe. And I just really like this paper. This is an old vintage cookbook, and I love the way that the writing is almost kind of like the Edith Holden writing. Like, it's very handwritten and cool looking. And we have some ledger paper, which is always fun. We have a physician's guide, I'm pretty sure, paper. And it's really thin, and it's been coffee dyed as well. This is, I can only guess it's Russian. Like, I don't know the words and stuff, but I think that it's Russian. And I have this book, I've had it for a while now. And I just wanted to get you guys a whole spread of it. So again, I try to take, you know, the pages out as well as I can without ripping down the middle, so you can have it and put it into your journal if you'd like to. So we have this really cool paper. I love this. It's cool graph, like vintage graph paper. And it's been coffee dyed as well. So you get a whole spread of that. Some more paper that's almost ledger-like. And I mean, you can tell how vintage it is and stuff. It's really cool looking. And it's been coffee dyed. We have some wallpaper. Now, there's 2 different kinds, but they're both like bluish teal. So yeah, and you get a decent, like, you know, A4 size sheet of this wallpaper. And I like using this to make my own envelope. That's what I use it for personally. But you get 2 pieces of chipboard. This is the same chipboard that I have on my shop, and this is the same chipboard that I use for my very own junk journals. I use it, I usually cut it in half, front cover, back cover, and then I cut another piece for however big I want the spine to be. So if you want your spine 2 inches, cut it 2 inches, etc. And then you'll have a little bit left over for, you know, whatever you'd like. Good to have. It's always good to have. We have this really cool vintage, what is it, book, like a coloring book page almost, but it's flowers. You know, it's got the image information down here, like this is a bluebell. And all of these are going to be different flowers, obviously. I can't give you all the same one, or else it would just be a photocopy. I wanted to give you the actual paper. Been coffee dyed. There is a napkin. I love this napkin so much. I just want to take my little water, you take your water brush and you just kind of go around the outline of the flower, and I just want to get like these little purple flowers and put them in the corner of an envelope or something. I just think it would be beautiful. And it's you know, it's a whole 4-sided napkin. I know a lot of those napkins get you sometimes where it's just the one, but no, this is the whole thing. So love that napkin. It's beautiful. Here we have, you're gonna get a big swatch of fabric here. Now I really like this fabric a lot. I like using this over, you know, over some fabric maybe on your cover if you wanted to do that, and then just have this simple little detail kind of going along. And this also does coffee dye pretty well. I have done that before, so, but yeah, I really love this little fabric, and I wanted to give you guys a bit of it. There's also this really cool piece of paper. It's almost got like a handmade quality to it. I don't know if you can see that, the little details in there, but it's really beautiful and I love it. And it's very thick and sturdy, and I don't know what you could use it for. I kind of want to take mine and cut it right down the middle, because this almost looks like would be a cute little page, and maybe use it as a tag or something. I think this would be a really great thing to use. And the last thing is you get a whole spread of this really cool vintage. I got in my Goodwill this book of information about my hometown, not my hometown, but where I'm living currently. And so this is all vintage Sandusky information. It's really cool. It's got pictures of old houses and information about old businesses and stuff, and it's really cool. So, and it's nice thick sturdy paper too, and it coffee dyed beautifully. So that is everything that is in this manila envelope. Tons and tons of coffee dyed papers for your junk journal. So that's fun. So next we're going to get into the bags, okay? And each of the bags is going to be folded over with some washi tape so that nothing can escape, but it will all be packaged very nicely, so you're not going to have to worry about anything just jumbling around in there and maybe getting lost in the mail. I'm really good at making packages almost impossible to open, so don't worry. So in this first bag, this teal bag, I did not coffee dye the bag, but if you want to, you can, and it takes coffee dye beautifully. Believe me, it does. So just giving you a heads up on that. Each order comes with 50 of these old, I want to call them tickets, but they're not. They're like the pricing tags that you put. They're really vintage. They're very they take stamping really pretty though. I've tried stamping on these and they're really cool. So those are fun, and you get 50 of them. You also get a layaway tag, an alteration tag, flashcard, which is fun. This cute little, like, I don't know what the heck it is, but I like to, it has a score in the middle, and I like to make it into a tiny little booklet. This old vintage playing card, and it has bluebirds on it, which is super fun. This is a box, you know, that you can put like charms and stuff in and mail it, but I thought that it would be almost kind of like a cool coin envelope type thing. I don't know, I kind of want to alter this a bit, so figured I'd include it. You get some tan labels, which is always fun. This rhinestone, I like to use, you know, like 3 or 4 of these, or maybe 5, and put it just kind of as a little adage, so you get a bunch of them, because I have a bunch of them, so, or a bunch of it, so figured I'd just give you a bunch. These little memo notes, you get 2 of these little ones. They have the little tiny bird at the bottom, and I didn't coffee dye these because I figured if you wanted to, you could, but they're cute on their own, and they don't, I don't know, they didn't speak to me as needing coffee dyed. Another one, things to do, and it's got the cute little bird down there. You get 3 index cards, and 2 of them have been just coffee dyed, both sides, beautifully. And the other one has been coffee dyed and shimmer misted. So I don't know if you can see that. Very cool. You also get a swatch of this hand dyed and marbled paper in this really cool teal color that obviously I love. A heart doily that has been coffee dyed. 2 guest checks. This priorities memo paper. I usually just cut off the part that says priorities and then put this on a page, and it's just a cute little adage to the book. 2 of the note page that have the little birdie on them. A large, was it Project Life cards? Now, I know that the large ones, I have some smaller ones in one of the other bags, but I know the large ones, you're going to get different ones, because I didn't have 8, and I'm making 8 of these kits, but I didn't have 8 of just this specific one, but they're all the same size, and I tried to fit with the theme, so either blue or, you know, grays, things like that. You get some vintage dictionary paper. Now, this is an English to Italian dictionary, so it's got the, you know, the English word and then the Italian word next to it, so that's fun, and it's been coffee dyed. And then this really, really old, this is like a 42 dictionary, really old and super cute, tiny little page. I like to alter these packing list envelopes and then stick this, now the back part here is sticky, and stick this onto a page. That's really fun to me. I personally, I would cut this off, this top part, because otherwise you're just going to be sticking down your whole thing here. But, you know, just be aware. Also get some of the photographs from the Field Notes guide. In the front there was these photographs, and so I included a full spread for everybody. And, you know, cute little birdies. Again, there's going to be different birds for everybody because I don't have the same page for everybody. But you're also going to get this old Wildflowers book that I have. I really love pages with this edge to it. And it's been coffee dyed. You can see it took coffee dye. Really pretty. I love it. So that's everything that you get in this teal bag. And that's that. Moving on to the Damask bag. You're going to get a coffee dyed envelope that has this cute little bird washi on it. And it has a bunch of eyelash trim. It has the silver eyelash trim. Okay. And I would say it is somewhere around 30 inches of the silver eyelash trim. You also get 30 inches of this blue and brown and yellow variegated eyelash trim, which I think matches the kit beautifully. You also get 30 inches of this tiny, tiny little pink ribbon here, or trim, or whatever the heck you want to call this. It's super cute and dainty and adorable. And then some string as well. So that's always fun. And that will be in this tiny little envelope here that has been coffee dyed. You get this, it's a big old pocket, and inside is a giant journaling card. It's Hallmark. You take this ribbon and put it through these 2 holes and then tie a bow. And so, and then it just peeks out the top of this little pocket, which fits right on a page perfectly and looks adorable with the little bow sticking out the top there. Another napkin, the blue and yellow and green, really, really cute. Another envelope that has been coffee dyed. Another envelope, and this one hasn't been coffee dyed because it is a super luxurious, big puffy, lined envelope. Like, it is really thick and it's really nice, and I didn't want to coffee dye it because I didn't want to mess up the lining or anything like that. Like, this is a really nice stationery type envelope. This napkin, which is gorgeous. I just love this napkin. So, yeah, super pretty napkin. And you get that. A silver card. This the handmade paper, it's got leaves, you know, little bits of grass and stuff in it. It's really cool. And it's like linen, you know, it's really nice paper. And this is the stationery that goes to that blue envelope. You can see, I don't know if you can see in the middle there, there's a watermark. Like, it's really nice paper. So that's everything that you get in the Damask glassine bag. The Damask bag has been coffee dyed, even though you can't really tell too much. Ah, there was stuff in there. I knew it. I knew it. So there's also a large, and this is very vintage, doily. It's super fancy, and it has been shimmer misted and coffee dyed. You get a gold doily as well, a tiny little teal one, and 2 of these blue flower sticky notes. And that's what comes in this bag. This glassine bag is embossed. I don't know if you can see that pattern on there, but it's very cool. And I didn't want to coffee dye it. I didn't know, maybe you want to shimmer mist it or dye it with distress oxides or something. But it's got really cool texture to it, so I thought that'd be fun. And you get 2 of these large index cards. Now these are the 3x5 ones, the big ones. And I did do some stamping on them. There's this cute little owl with the script through it, as well as this feather with the music notes on it, which I thought was really fun and fit with the theme as well. You get 4 of these journaling cards. Now these are all the same. These are, what are they? The Project Life cards. And these are always fun to have in a journal because they really give you a prompt, you know, for that page. And it's fun to try to work them into it. So, and you get a pretty vellum butterfly. You either get a yellow one or this burgundy one. I had 4 of each, so. The flower, this is a vellum flower sticker. There's 8 different ones, so you never know what you're going to get, but you're going to get a decently sized vellum sticker. You get 2 of these chipboard feathers, and they're all different, but they are all in the blue scheme, so they all look different, but they're cohesive. You get a ticket that has either a bird or butterfly on it because they're all different. You get this wooden heart. This is a really pretty thing to have, like maybe on your charm or tassel, or you know, on the front cover somewhere. It's always fun. This cute little tag, tiny little tag. 2 Rolodex cards. These are actual vintage Rolodex cards. And I also included 3 sheets of the, what are they? The tag holder, you know, strengthener, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But I did stain these with the vintage photo for you. And these are done with tumbled glass, just to help tie them in. And I left one of them plain in case you didn't want any done at all. So you also get this little bag that has paper clips, large one and 2 small ones, all blue themed. You get 2 of these tiny gold clothespins. How adorable are those? You get 3 bulb pins, a brown one, a green one, and a blue one. You get 2 of these gems here, a larger one and a smaller one, and they're iridescent. They're really cool looking. Those are fun. And you get 5 gold brads. So that's everything that you get in this small embossed glassine bag. And last but not least is this large envelope that has this bird stamp on it that also has script going through it, and it's been coffee dyed beautifully. It's got some washi on the back, and this has some coffee stained paper, a foot, actually a little over, about 18 inches of this lace, which is always fun to use. I like using these for pockets and whatnot. About the same amount of tulle, and this is gold glitter tulle, and that's really fun. Use it like behind your cheesecloth or something. And another piece of paper. So lots and lots and lots in this kit for sure. Lots to go on. I will probably be adding a few little extras. I'm not going to show them on here because I want them to be a surprise, but they're going to be cohesive to your kit. They're going to go, you know, and they're going to be adorable. And I want whoever gets these to just be thoroughly in love with everything that they got. So I tried to make sure that I included a ton to work with, and of course you don't have to use all of it, but it's something that you could, if you wanted to, create a complete and entire set for your junk journal, for a brand new junk journal. So this is going to be called Steph's Bird Box, and it's going to be listed in my Etsy shop. So I hope that you liked what you saw here, and like I said before, if you do want me to create this you know, a YouTube series using this kit, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, if you want to purchase this kit, go ahead and head on over to my Etsy shop, JunkWithSteph on Etsy. There's links down there in the description box, and I appreciate you taking the time to look through my whole kit today. And any suggestions, any comments at all are greatly appreciated, and I look forward to seeing the interaction down in the comments. So thank you, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.